Hello, everyone. Welcome to.
Did we lose
Uh-oh.
Brianna? I think we
We
lost
did.
Brianna.
What happened?
Welcome to the Live to Roll show.
We're a little bit of a mess, but we're back, as usual. Thank you guys so much for joining today. We're just going to do a little chat about life, and we're just going to see where the conversation takes us. So if you have any questions or just drop in to say, hey, we really appreciate it inside of the chat. We're going to start with introductions. So my name's Brianna. I've been injured for 7 years from a gunshot wound, and I'm a paraplegic. I'm T12. Oh, lost me again. Oh, what is going on today? Behind the scenes is wild. Sean is stoned today. Okay, let's go to Ashley and Nikki.
Hi, I'm Nikki.
I'm Ashley.
And we're twin sisters that were injured in a car accident in 2019. I'm a T6 paraplegic.
I'm a C4 quadriplegic.
And
anything?
we're from Chicago, Illinois.
Thank you. Let's go to Jessica.
Hi everyone, my name is Jessica Brito. I am a C7 incomplete. I was injured in a car accident 12 years ago, coming up on 13 in July.
Thank you. And let's go to Maya.
Hey, Live to Roll fam. I'm Maya. I am a C5, C6 quadriplegic, and I have been injured for 5 years now. I'm from Illinois, but I live in LA now. Pew pew.
I love your own sound effects right there. And how's baby Trey doing?
Oh, okay. So wait, I can't show you guys right now because I can't do my computer. But baby Trey, he's cooking in my tummy right now. He'll be 32 weeks tomorrow. Super exciting. He's like coming up on 4 pounds. And it's wild. It's wild around here.
Dang, he's getting big. He's growing quick. It seems like it's going by so slow, but I feel the number is getting closer to the number we're supposed to be at, and that's what I'm focusing on. But it seems like she's been cooking forever, huh, guys? I'm trying to see the baby. It needs to be August already. Okay. And how have you been feeling? How has it been for you?
So I in pregnancy, I've been feeling pretty good for the most part. Just to take it back a little bit, my first trimester was horrific. I could not eat anything except for asparagus. That was the only thing I could hold down. So Trey is definitely an asparagus fan, apparently, or it's just me. But second trimester was pretty good. The one thing that I've been struggling with is pretty chronic UTIs. That's been a really hard thing for me. I just completed IV antibiotics a week ago, and they didn't even clear up the infection that I have. So I just started oral antibiotics last night, and just kind of dealing with the side effects of that and all of that good stuff, which has been not good stuff.
Uh-huh. Do they know why you're getting UTIs?
Well, I have my suprapubic catheter. So, at people with spinal cord injuries, a lot of us use indwelling catheters. And just because it's plastic consistently in my bladder, there's a lot of bacteria that is attracted to that plastic. And then also, they're easier to get when you are pregnant. And they travel to your kidneys a lot faster when you're pregnant as well. So, that's one of the reasons that these UTIs become so intense so quickly, because they're trying to travel to my kidneys, and they're often a cause for preterm labor. So we're trying to keep a really close eye on them.
Oh no, I'm going to bring you, my stepmom brought me these expensive more Monos mix cranberry pills. So I'm going to give them to you and see how they work for you. I like them, but maybe they'll help you too. Okay, Ashley and Nikki, what have you guys been up to? Your hair looks so cute.
I know.
Thank you. Curls thriving today.
Curls thriving.
I think this is the first time we have the curls at the same time. in a long time.
Twin.
What have we been up to? Well, our birthday's tomorrow.
Ah, are you so excited? Can't wait to celebrate with you guys.
Pew pew.
You're the second set of Gemini twins I know.
Not dad coming in the live.
Right?
His appearance.
Um,
We love
You
Dad.
guys are Gemini twins.
right? Yeah. I always wonder what that. We know a lot of Gemini twins too, right?
I do too.
You do.
That's so crazy, right?
Yeah.
A lot. We were just at a birthday party last weekend for Gemini twins.
Oh, that is crazy.
It's like interesting. Our cousins are twins. They're Gemini.
Are you guys doing anything special for your birthdays?
Well, tomorrow actually our cousin's getting married, so we'll be at a wedding.
Oh wow, that's an interesting date.
I'm dead. That's what
You know, I'm like rude.
I know. I'd be like, excuse me, you're my cousin. You know the date.
Yeah. So
No excuse to forget the birthday now.
right. So we'll be there, but it's kind of fun because we'll be getting all cute.
Yeah.
Look off. I don't know, right? What else? I had like something new. Maybe I didn't share this on the podcast, but I became a teacher again. I'm on break though, so it's like
So exciting. We know how hard you worked towards that and how much you wanted it. So how's that been, having to have those responsibilities?
it was fine. I definitely struggled a little bit, but I think it wasn't more of the job as like I got ammonia like right when I had first started the job, probably like 2 weeks in. And I was like, damn, like trying to take me out. I'm just doing good. And, like it was embarrassing to have to call off work and like, and I had just started, but like then it was like I was more worked up because they didn't even care. They're like, oh, you're building all your immune system again. They kept making jokes like that. So I was like, I think I was more concerned about it, and then just navigating like the new schedule because I haven't been on a schedule like that in 4 years since my accident. Like.
So did your
like,
body, do you feel like you got sick because like you're overdoing it, or like your body just wasn't used to it? Because my body gets sick like that. If I get stressed out or I'm overdoing it too much, my body just freaks out and gets so sick. Or do you just think it just was coincidence?
I think it was just working with kids again. You have to like, you get everything they get. They're coughing on you. You know, they don't cover their mouth. For 4 years, I wasn't around people like that. You know, and then I go to kids 20.
You were the person.
I'm
like
with 60 kids. The school I was always with 60 kids a day. So imagine that's 60 germs. Like they cough on you. They don't care. They're touching my wheelchair. They don't care. Like they're germs. They're just like. So I think that was why, because teachers get sick all the time. So I was like, I don't think, but I definitely did experience a lot of pain. Like I actually started taking pain meds, like again, that the doctor had gave me for another thing, but I had never really took them. And I was like, I'm going to take some. They were like stronger ibuprofens, but I needed it sometimes. Like some days I didn't, but the days I did, instead of like beating myself up for it, I just took it because I needed it. So that was probably like the challenges there. But other than that, I loved teaching. I loved a
That's
baby.
so cool.
And they
What age group are you working with?
Preschool. So they're like 4. They are 4.
So cute.
They're so cute.
Okay.
And how is it with them in your wheelchair? Do you struggle with that? Like you're saying they do touch your wheelchair, you know, and like having to draw boundaries with that. Was that harder for you at the beginning? And how have you dealt with that?
It's definitely harder at the beginning, and then I learned that I guess one of the teachers had to talk with her class, just like, you guys can't just touch her, because it wasn't that I don't care if they touch it, like whatever, but it was when they just started pushing it, and like it would sometimes be where a kid would be in front of me, and then a kid just starts pushing me, and like I'd be like, you can't just do that, you can't do that, but they're like excited, they want to take like, Miss Nicole, come here. I'm like, no. So like that was like one of the challenging things. But once they got it, and like after they got used to me, I feel like maybe it took like 2-3 weeks when they started to understand like the boundaries. We learned the song, you know, like my space, not yours, it's mine.
Oh, I love it so much. That's so cute.
I believe I did that on camera.
The vocals.
I love it. We need to clip it.
Yeah.
Hi, Gracie. Hi, Breezy. Thank you guys for joining in the chat. Whoever's watching, feel free to drop by, ask questions. Even if I know I move along topics like just going, don't worry about it. If you have something to say, just put it in the comments and then I'll jump back in and we'll re-talk about it. Don't worry about it. Hi, Valma. We love you so much. Cannot wait for Chicago. Thank you for reminding everybody to hit the like button. We really appreciate it.
Oh yes, that's what I'm excited about. The expo is next week.
I know. I'm so excited. I know, Maya. I was watching footage. I almost sent a video to the group chat, and I literally didn't send it because of you. I was like, oh no, I don't want to rub it in my face.
I know it's gonna be so different because usually, like, it's like Ashley and Nikki who are like, all you guys are together, and now I'm like, you guys are going to Chicago.
That's so true, though.
I know, I'd be a hater, but now you're gonna be a hater.
Yep, I definitely am. I'm gonna be FOMO.
I'm a hater that you went to that Nez concert.
Oh, and he sang to you, dude. We're not on.
Oh my goodness, core memories.
For real.
We'll have to all get together again soon. Ashley, what have you been up to? I saw that you got some new books. How was that?
Book life is good. I'm currently reading J.C. Dugard, if you guys remember that true story.
What book is this? What number book for you this year?
This will be my
Miss Reader
16th or 17th book, I think. I don't know. I'd have to look at my list.
Oh my goodness, you're killing it. I did not follow through with my book goals.
Seriously.
Perks of having no life.
No, I think reading is so interesting, and I love that you could just like zone out like that into a story, and I think that that's so cool, and it makes you so creative as well with your content and with how you feel and you think about the world. I think it's super cool, and it reflects that too. And it's not an easy thing to do. You know, I feel like people who read, they feel like it's like so easy, but honestly, the majority of humans in this world don't just sit down and read books, you know? And it's needed. I feel like I have to force myself to do that, which like we've talked about before, where I'm just like, I need to try my hardest to like zone out that time and try to get that new information in. And when I do, I'm so happy. And like, I really do love doing it, but it's super hard for me to like zone out on something for some reason.
I feel that
it's so easy for me to zone out on TV.
Same.
That too, I feel that.
Yeah. So did you have to, you always been a reader, Ashley, or do you train yourself to that? Because you said that you feel that, but you do like reading. So you just, how do you talk yourself into doing it?
How would you with the mic? I was always a reader, probably not nearly as much as I am now, just because now I have more time to read. But honestly, it's just like people are always they think I read every day. If I'm not in the mood to read, y'all, I don't read. Like, but sometimes when I find myself like, if it's a good book, I'm more into reading it. And guys, you're not forced to finish any book that you start. If you don't like a book, put it away.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
do you do that?
Yeah, like I have a book, a self-help book. I'm not really into self-help books at the moment. And I'll get back to it eventually, but I put it down right now because I've been more into like romance, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's all just about like finding what you like the same with like anything in life. Like find what you like to read, what you like to do, what gets you captivated in a book, and then you'll find that you actually like reading.
And you need to read though, man. That's the hard part, girl. Like, I tell you. I tried.
You struggle with it, Nikki?
Yeah, she said I had a moment. I had like 3 months where I read.
You were good.
And it was hard though. Like, I don't know how she does it. Like, she said she doesn't read every day, but then she does, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Like
sometimes, I'll be honest, the book I got now, it was borrowed to me by my cousin, and I'm seeing her tomorrow at the wedding, so I was like, I could give her book back. So I gave myself like a goal, like to make sure I finish this book by tomorrow, which usually I do that. But if I give myself a goal, like read 100 pages a day, 50 pages a day, whatever the case, depending how long the book is, it's easier to be like, okay, sit down, leave me alone, sis, and I'm reading. She's my biggest distraction, honestly.
She literally will say, Nikki, don't talk to me today because I'm trying to read. I'm like, damn.
I feel like my biggest distraction is Instagram. Like, I have a book club on Instagram, and a bunch of us read together, and I still like fall behind because I'll be scrolling. I've been off this week like trying to like stay off of it.
I
But
read something that said like you could get scrolling paralysis, and then since I read that, I like checked myself. I'm like, oh my gosh, am I just scrolling like dopamine, dopamine, dopamine? I'm like, calm down, girl.
yeah,
That's another thing, honestly, y'all, I've been working on is limiting my screen time.
me too.
And reading has helped with that, and just being more intentional with my scrolling. And I feel like I've even been better with my content since I've been limiting how much I'm on Instagram.
Yeah.
Because I don't get so like much anxiety or like feel like I have to be on there. But it's because you just be aimlessly scrolling all the time for what?
Sometimes I'll decide to make a post, and then I'll go on Instagram and like see the post, and then I don't end up posting. I'll see everybody's stories and see what they're up to, and I just don't end up even posting on my story. I don't know why. I'm so weird about it, but
I don't even
know.
scroll. I really am never on social media. Like you have to like text me if you want to get my attention because my distraction is freaking MasterChef. I want to watch MasterChef all day long.
Yeah, my TV shows definitely suck me in.
Ashley, do you write though? I thought you were a writer too.
I am okay. I am used to be whatever you'd like to say. I'm still a writer. No imposter syndrome. But reading has also been helping with that because it's been getting my creative juices flowing. So little baby steps. And I've been actually, I don't know if I should say it, but I've been working with something to hopefully have a blog out that I'm gonna get paid to do. So that's exciting.
Yay!
Hey.
Congratulations.
That's so exciting.
So yeah.
I'm like, Sean, where's the noise? We need a pew pew pew.
Pew 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 pew.
We get in there.
Jessica, what have you been up to?
So I've been trying to stay off social media, guys. It's hard. It's funny because I think like it's hard because you justify it by saying I should be posting content, and then I just start scrolling and I don't post anything, and I think I just get so distracted, and sometimes I feel like I don't know what the heck to talk about, but I'm trying to challenge myself more to stay off of it and be mindful. If I'm going to go on it, it's because I'm actually working on something. And then just growing my practice. I hired a child therapist to work with me. So I've been working on kind of getting her caseload going, and I'm working on buying a house. So
that's exciting.
Yeah, and it's so time consuming. Like,
Pew pew pew.
And then yeah, like I mean, my realtor's been really cool, but like finding accessibility, and then you're like, oh, I love this house, but I can't get in the restroom, or you know. So yeah, but I've been doing that. So I'm excited.
Yeah, that's super exciting. I've been seeing Steph's content, and she's been posting like a whole remodeling of her house, and I'm just like, it's kind of overwhelming that we need to remodel that much, because it's like, I wish I had the family that could do all that, but I just don't, you know. And so it's really interesting to see.
Dude, the shower that she built was amazing. Like I've never thought about that. Like instead of a shower bench, just like the whole thing is a shower. Like I feel like I could just get in there and then just like sit like with my legs crossed, and I'd probably spasm less. I could wash everything fast. Like I was like, damn, that's a really good idea.
Yeah. I think these things, like it's so cool to see, but at the same time it does make me like a little sad, because I feel like that's not something that's ever like in my arm reach, you know, like to be able to just totally remodel like that. And that's just me having limited dreams. I'm not the type of dream big.
Well, I people that like I never had buying a house as a goal, because I rented in the same place for so many years, and it was really, really cheap until they were selling the house that I was living in last year. And it's like, I'm done paying someone else's mortgage, you know? And I think Steph posted something saying, you know, like I saved for a really long time. I don't think any of us think that we could remodel a whole place like that, but it's just remembering that we can't do it right now. That doesn't mean we never will, you know? Because I didn't even think I'd get to this place.
Yeah, you're right. It does take time to do that, and to, get to those grown-up goals as well, because sometimes it's just not a priority at the moment. It
For
seems
me,
like it's far away.
every time people would talk about like buying a house and is it an investment and but like it was never something that I really considered. And even now, like I was looking at a house and my mom's like, because she does my taxes, my mom. So
Mhm.
she's like, I've seen how much you make. You can afford it. And I was like, oh, I can, huh? It's just like, but I'm reading the book that I'm reading right now is what is it? Uh, Feminist finance or something.
Mhm.
Oh, financial feminist, and it talks about how like our limiting beliefs about money. And for
Mhm.
me, even now that I'm in a place where I make more money, I still am constantly like, oh shit, I'm gonna go broke, And it's like,
Mhm.
wait, no, you're not. You
Yeah.
lived most of your life broke, but you're not there anymore.
Mhm. Yeah, it's definitely hard, I think, to get out of that mindset when you've gone through that, because
Yeah.
I struggle with it even with like spending time. I mean, this year I've done really good, and I've like made a promise to do more things with my boyfriend and my little brother and just with family and like really try things. But I'm not the type to spend money. Like, I'm just not. I get so nervous about it. I'm the type that gets the cheapest things. Even my makeup, like even what I get for my makeup, people think I spent all this money on makeup, but it's literally drugstore Alf cheapest makeup I can find. Like, that's what I use. Like, I have such a hard time with it. And like, except for if it's money, I mean money. If it's food or weed, for some reason, I don't have a hard time
Yeah,
with food.
I was about to call you out on that. I was like, Brianna, are you sure?
Not in
Because
my son. My
I
son was
food.
like, people are so materialistic, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I'm not. And he looks at me and he's like, when did you get that sweater? And I was like, oh, like 10 years ago. And he goes, oh my God, mom, you never buy clothes.
I'm literally like that. And like the
And
stuff that I have is given to me. Like, it really is. A lot of my stuff's donated.
yeah,
I don't know. I hardly ever will go to the store and like buy a new top, a new something for me. Like, I like double think $13 scrunchies. I'm like, do I really need these fucking scrunchies? I'm bad. But what's
yeah,
also gotten me out of that is that my boyfriend's the complete opposite. Like, motherfucker has 50 sweaters. Like, he always needs something new when he goes out of the store. And so like we've struggled with that a lot, but I realized it's because I know what it's like to have absolutely nothing, I feel like. And growing up, my parents were very like that with me. We're
yeah.
always like watching what we spend, what we eat, what everything. And so that has been like traumatized somewhere inside of my brain to be like,
I think that
be
was a real
careful of that.
Yeah, I tell people that when I woke up in the hospital from my accident, my mom was like, I need the password to your bank account because rent is due and you have to pay your rent. And I was like, oh, yeah, of course. Like, my family could never help me find out. I think after 17, like, my family, helped me. I mean, I'm blessed. They've always been able to help me with care and, like, anything else that I need, but financially, definitely not. Like I've helped them and I mean, we're in a better place, all of us now, but yeah, when you grow up like that, food, but it's true. Like I was always told it's okay to waste on food. Like you don't hold back on food, but everything else, like we don't have money for that. We don't have money for that. So
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah, that can be a little bit difficult for sure. So Jessica, you said you had questions for Maya. What's some of your questions?
Oh yeah. How are your spasms with the baby?
Ooh, that's a good
So they're actually not too bad, except for when I have like the UTI. Like that's how I know that's one of the symptoms that I have where I know I have the active infection, like when my spasms get way worse. I mean, it's definitely been an adjustment though too. Like my back is like way more stiff than it's ever been, but I've kind of like gotten used to it a little bit, and it actually kind of helps me because a lot of women, like have back pain and the baby like sits on the spine and stuff, but like my stiffness is like keeping my back a little bit more straight, so it's
one.
actually kind of beneficial, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's so weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's
Like even my period, my spasms get worse. So, like, have you noticed any hormone changes that are different than before?
I mean, like hormone changes as far as like um emotional and like sometimes my temper will be very like quick, I guess is the right word. Like
Check
I'll
you.
have a little bit more of a temper. And thankfully TJ is very patient with me when I do get like a little aggressive. And so I'm just trying to like keep an eye on that and like stay in touch with God and like reach out to God when these things are happening, because like it's now turned into something I'm able to notice myself and just like immediately apologize or just discuss it and tell him like thank you for your patience, like my hormones are going crazy right now. But definitely being emotional. I cry watching MasterChef Junior like all the time. Guys, I'm telling you, I'm obsessed with MasterChef right now.
That is so, but the kid one?
Yes, all of them. I finished the kid one. I
She
finished
said
all 8
all of
seasons.
them.
That's so
No, yeah.
interesting because that's such like a different route than you usually take on shows. Like completely different.
Pregnancy changes your interest too.
Yeah.
Literally, I'm like anything that has to do with kids, I want to watch. I'm watching like animation movies because, and it's one thing because like going forward, I do know that I watch a lot of TV, right? And I do watch a lot of like crime shows and drama shows and things like that. And the last thing I want is Trey to be like little and trying to pick up a toy and pretend like it's a gun, or like whatever be happening on my TV shows. So I'm trying to get adjusted to being like more interested in animations and like that being something I want to watch, like stuff that he would be able to watch
Mhm.
before he's born. So
That's so cute. We need to get you a Disney Plus membership.
Have
I
you
have
guys
one,
watched
but I would love to not
Flaming
pay
Hot?
for it anymore.
I did. I did watch Flaming Hot. Wait, I didn't hear what you said, Maya.
Oh, I
She
said I
said she would
have
love to not.
one, but I would,
Oh.
yeah, but I would love to not pay for it.
Oh. No, too late. You already have one, Maya. Yeah.
Maya, can we ask what's your birth plan right now? Or what you're hoping for? Because
Yeah,
as a mom,
so
I'll tell you it doesn't go the way we want it all the time. But what is your plan? Mine
yeah,
didn't go
so
planned at all, by the way, at all.
at all.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I
Hi,
would love
Doug.
like a
Thank you
lot
for
of them
joining us. We love
don't.
you so much. Nikki, I watched Flaming Hot and it was so good. My dad messaged me and he was like, "Watch the Flaming Hot Cheeto movie. It's good." And I literally just sent him back laughing faces. I was like, "Okay, here I go watching the Flaming Hot video." What kind of freaking
So
precursor is
good.
that? Yeah, it was good. I was in my documentary phase where I felt like watching a documentary, and yeah, I don't know. I just clicked on it just to put it on, and I actually got really sucked into it. It was cute.
Yes,
Okay,
he's kid friendly.
I asked about the birth plan.
Oh yeah, sorry. The Flaming
Jessica
Hot
said,
came
I
out.
want to know.
Excuse me, Brianna.
Sorry.
Your ADHD jumped in front of mine.
So the plan right now is to go in for a natural birth. I originally, like, when we were talking about it, I was like, oh yeah, I want to do a C-section. Like, no question. Like, why would my paralyzed ass try to push out a baby? Like, why would I do
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I like saw Chelsea's birth stuff that she went through and like
Uh-huh.
she was trying to push and it was like some hours and she was in incredible pain and I was like, no, thank you. But my doctor did kind of explain to me that if I want to carry another child in my own body, that it would be even more high risk than it is now with a C-section scar. And I would have to like be monitored even more closely. And then also, I would be limited to only having a C-section in the future. So with that, I kind of decided, okay, I'll go ahead and give it a shot. My spinal cord injury is high enough that I'll still be able to get an epidural. If that still like works well, I know like things don't always go to plan. So if it doesn't go to plan, then we'll be doing an emergency C-section. And I would be under anesthesia, unfortunately, which makes me a little sad because I won't be able to like hear his first cry when he comes into the world. But also, I feel like it's really the safety of all of us that's the most
Mhm.
important. So that's kind of what I've just tried to like cope with and tell myself if things don't go my way.
Aw,
Mhm.
love
Um,
you, Maya.
but
So
yeah.
how do they get you to push? Like, how do you?
Body just does it. Like other
Hmm.
Oh,
women said that their body just does it.
Yeah, they will. So I'll go in on August 4th, and they'll break my water to induce my labor, and whatever else they have to do in there. And my body's supposed to just start the process to begin dilating from there.
oh my God, I'm so excited. Yeah, like
I know.
doesn't
That's
sound
I
like the
know.
exciting part, but I am super excited.
But so mine's a C-section, and they just put me to sleep from the waist down. Why are they putting you completely? Because they put Chelsea completely too, right? Like why?
I'm not sure why they put Chelsea completely. I know that like there was some stuff because she was already in labor. Did you go in for natural?
Girl, I did fucking like 30 hours. My water broke a month early. I only made it to 35 weeks. My water broke. I don't dilate.
Ouch.
Like no one in my family dilates. So my grandma, my mom, we don't dilate. And at like hour 30 almost, they're like, "Well, you're almost out of liquid, so we have to go in for a C-section." But I had the epidural, so they just used the same tap to put me to sleep from the waist down, and like they put a big ass blanket so you can't see. But my son's dad watched them like cut me open and like move my organs around. Like he saw everything. But I
Yeah.
was
Uh,
the whole time, and they just like gave him to me.
yeah, see, I didn't even really know that that was like an option for me because of like the autonomic dysreflexia, but I mean, like you also struggle with autonomic dysreflexia, right?
Oh, that actually now makes sense. No, I had a
Oh.
C-section before my injury.
Yeah, so that's the piece. It's the AD. That they're worried about me like trying to have a stroke, the possibility of that because like the labor pains are just so much worse than anything that I've ever experienced, I believe.
Yeah.
So and AD is
Christina's
something I
in,
struggle with on the daily.
Christina's in the chat. She says she's a C5 quad and had a natural birth. So how was that experience for you, Christina? Are they about the same as Maya's talking about? Did you do anything differently? And how was that for you?
Yes, girl,
Um,
DM me. DM me, please. I need all the quad moms. My friend Krista, she actually I don't know if you guys know her on Instagram. It's like Roll and Sparkles.
uh-huh.
She is a quad. She has 4 kids. She's given birth naturally to 3 of them after her injury. And I'm just like always texting her. She's a wealth of knowledge. I trust her more than my doctors, I swear.
Oh,
That
definitely.
I love that. Yeah, a lot of the girls, you guys need to make like something for the quads because I feel like there is a lot of para information out there, but quad information is just so different and your body reacts differently. So, have you been recording how you've been feeling? I think even like talking, reminding yourself about these little things that they're telling you before you have it, and then actually like seeing what happens during your birth plan would be cool.
Yeah,
Just
I've
so you.
been like documenting, not in videos, but I've been like making notes and like writing little like letters to Trey of like things that I've been dealing with and going through. And also I've started on Canva like this little resource, which I'm calling it uh, like there's one page where it's like your hospital to go bag, disabled edition, disabled mom edition. So
Mhm.
like just different things that you could think about to bring to the hospital because it's true there's not a lot of information out there. Like I'm on Google looking up like quadriplegic births and I only see like one, which is the girl Danny who gave
Mhm.
birth to twins as a quad, and like there's really no other information out there.
Yeah. And she documented the whole thing, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah.
She had twins too, right? That's freaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. I got so afraid when I got pregnant because twins are on my mom's side, my dad's side, and on TJ's side. And I was like,
There's a possibility.
I'm like praying, please be a single embryo. Please be a single.
Nikki and Ashley are like, what the hell? They're trying to see some twins.
For real. So cute.
They would be so cute, but you know, I have my twins with y'all. Y'all are my twins.
No, I definitely give it out to the moms that deal with twins because that just seems like a lot to handle. And you know, every baby's so differently, so it's just so many different stories with it and all that stuff. But even I think just carrying as a quad or even somebody inside of a chair, I mean, I feel like would be super hard. I think she ended up having to be on bed rest, right?
Yeah.
You want to guys hear my birth story since my birthday's tomorrow?
Yes.
Yeah.
Our mom was a month and a half early, but that's normal for twins, right?
Normal,
So
yeah.
we would have been July babies. Ew.
You're free.
And Ashley came out first, like all perfect, you know, she was Gucci. But then I guess I was coming out in a split and hitting her.
Oh, damn. Kicking your ass since the very beginning.
And then they thought my legs were broke because then I came out feet first. Like they pushed me back in, I guess, and then I came out.
Pushed her, put her leg right, pulled her out.
Dang. I had a struggle.
They're like, okay,
I had a struggle story too. I like
I
swallowed.
love my birth story.
I swallowed some of the fluid, and they had to like send me from an airplane to another hospital in a NICU, and like I was like in there forever, and they had to give me like this ice bath because I was like overheating and something like that. And I was like a huge ass baby too. I was like 10 pounds.
damn, Brianna.
I know. My mom talks about it, and she like
Wait,
talks
you were
about it like
early?
she went through the war.
Imagine if she would have gave birth to you, because you were early, right? You said?
Huh?
You were early?
No, I wasn't early. I just swallowed the liquid, I guess. Yeah, I swallowed the liquid and something went wrong. And the hospital that they were at didn't have a NICU. So they had to fly me. So it just wound up being like this big old traumatized story. And that was the first baby that my mom had.
Oh, wow.
Confusing because like babies are swallowing the liquid when they're inside. Like they're like putting it in their mouths and like spitting it out, and like that's how they prepare to breathe. So like it's so confusing.
ID is super confusing.
Mine's
OMG,
like, oh,
thank you
wow.
for our super chat. We
Oh,
really
shoot,
do.
look at that.
Get much love to my Literal family. Thank you so much.
Father. Much
You're
love.
amazing. We love you. We love our supporters so much from the bottom of our hearts. There is really no other way to say it. You guys really make us smile, and you guys really make this show possible. So we appreciate you guys a lot. That's amazing. I don't think I got one that high.
I think he gave us one that high last month.
Oh, yeah? Oh, that's so nice. So sweet. Definitely appreciate it. My shoulder is killing me, you guys. I transferred onto my bed and my arm like slipped off. I pulled something inside of my shoulder. It hurts so bad. But it's finally starting to like ease up a little bit. I hate dealing with pain.
This girl's been in pain.
I know I have, man, because I was sick, y'all, and I couldn't smoke.
Mhm.
Fake. No,
Same.
I was in pain, but I'm smoking today.
The other day, because I kept having so much pain, so I wasn't sleeping. And I was like, you know what? Screw this. I'm going to drug myself. I took a Benadryl. And it knocked me out the whole night. And I woke up in the morning and I had like no pain. I think my body just needed to rest.
Hmm.
The spasms kept pulling on my muscles, so I was in so much pain from the spasms. And the Benadryl just like knocked those shits out. And my body got to like actually rest. And I woke up and I was like, oh my God, I need to do like a Benadryl like once a week or something. Because sometimes it's really bad and then you wake up in the middle of the night and you can't sleep inside.
I wake up almost every single night And I feel like because when my neck has been hurting me, I've been taking muscle relaxers. And I feel like I almost wake up sore from not moving. But I don't know if maybe now that I'm thinking about it, maybe it's like the angle of my back. How do you sleep?
Well, I wake up every night too because the spasms wake me up. Like that's like my sign to turn every 2 to 3 hours or whatever. But when I'm in a lot of pain, I can only sleep like in the fetal position on my right side. It's the only way. Yeah, so I mean, my neck is kind of jacked up in the morning, but it's better than not sleeping.
I can only sleep on my side, and I wake up sometimes
Same.
my back is just killing me. Like I'll have to like wake up. Literally the other night I was like just sitting awake and my boyfriend wakes up. He's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "My back hurts."
I fall asleep like what is it, like Indian style?
Uh-huh.
I put my legs like that and I just like lay forward and it's the only thing that stops the spasm sometimes. And in the middle of the night, because I don't know what to do, I do that and like my son will come in and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
My family's the same way. They make fun of me so much for laying down flat. But for some reason it gives some relief on my back when
Yeah.
I'm leaning like forward. So I'll put my pillows like up and I'll have my feet straight out and then put my pillows up and I'll just like literally like lean down onto my pillows. And like sometimes they'll knock on my door when I'm stretching and I'm like, what? You know, I'm not gonna jump up into a regular position and they'll be like, what are you doing? They still look at me weird every single time they walk in.
Have you guys ever
like,
taken
what?
a melatonin?
What?
What?
Have you guys ever taken a melatonin?
No, I haven't taken it like recently.
I swear to God, like for me, it's the strongest drug. It's stronger than freaking morphine. I knock out and then I wake up the next day and I can't even transfer.
Yeah. You see, I can't knock myself out like that. I get so nervous. I have before and my body just doesn't
I've
react
only
well.
done it once.
I'd be
I
out.
was like, everyone takes melatonin like it's no big deal. And I was like, oh, let me try one. I could not move the whole day. It was the creepiest thing. Like my body just
So
stayed
weird,
asleep.
but I wonder what's the difference from the time you took Benadryl.
I don't think Benadryl's that strong. Like Benadryl was normal. Like I just
But that's really interesting because we have like melatonin naturally in our bodies and we're just like adding a little bit more, and Benadryl is not natural.
Yeah, no, it's insane. Like it literally, and this is what people always think I'm crazy, but like it paralyzed me. Like I don't like, yes, I'm paralyzed, but I'm not paralyzed. Like I use my legs to transfer and
It
stuff.
like overly relaxes you.
Yeah, like I have core, I have no, like I
Because that's what
couldn't,
melatonin is like relaxing. It doesn't necessarily put you to sleep, right? It's like relaxes your body. That's what it's for.
like I think it should be illegal. Like it was.
I'm dead. My little 9-year-old brother takes it.
I'm saying, like my son takes it. That's why, and his doctor was like, "Yeah, just that's fine." And I was like, "Oh, let me take what?" No, hell no. Like that is the strongest drug I've ever taken.
I take sleeping. I take like an anxiety medication for sleep. They put me on it in the hospital. It's like lorazepam. And that knocks me out and I'm asleep all night. The spasms like they don't really bother me until like 6 a.m. Then it's just time to get up. But don't recommend that at all.
They're making me yawn with all this sleep talk.
How is your guys' sleep? Do you guys wake up throughout the night?
No. I'd be out.
Nikki's
I'd
sleeping
be
out.
out like a light. I could sleep though. Like I've always been known as a sleeper, and I think maybe I went like a year or two not being able to sleep after the incident. But then I was like Gucci, like the sleep she caught up. Like I started to catch up. I believe in catching up in sleep. I know some people don't, but you can catch up on sleep.
You can.
I love sleep. Anyways, go.
Me, no.
I
I don't have a problem going to sleep. I have a problem staying asleep.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
So I just call them naps. I take a lot of naps,
Yeah.
but not during the day.
That's
Only
a-
at night. Naps.
Yeah, I can't nap during the day. It's
Me
so
neither.
Yeah, me neither. I'm not a napper. Never have been.
oh, I can nap any day, all day. But it's crazy because I have so many spasms every night, and I'm on vacation with friends, and one of them is like, dude, no wonder you're late everywhere in the morning. Like, I could never, like, you don't sleep at all. And you forget, like, it's my normal that I was like, wait, what do you mean? And she's like, you were up like every hour. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's not normal, huh?
Yeah.
I totally forget, like, we're supposed to
Like
actually
if I
sleep.
don't get sleep, we're
Yeah,
supposed
like,
to actually sleep.
I feel
We
that
are.
because it's become so normalized. I feel like I totally get you because I wake up like that constantly, and then I'm constantly complaining about energy. Right? I'm always like, "Oh, why am I so tired? Why am I so tired?" And I really beat myself up for it because I'm like, "Get it the fuck together, Brianna!" Like, and I force myself to do things, but a lot of times I'm just exhausted, and that's because I wake up super early too, and I don't nap because I feel like my body the same thing as like staying asleep all night. I feel like if I nap, I wake up grouchier and in more pain, and I'm like not having it. I don't know why naps do not work with me.
I love
Do you feel
naps.
like you would, because you drink a lot of Red Bull, Brianna, not to call you out, but like, do you feel like that has an effect on like you going to bed at night?
No, I can knock out and go to bed. It's the pain that wakes me up. Like I'm uncomfortable. I like wake up and move and like my whole body hurts me. My nerve pain is super intense, so my legs will be burning at nighttime. Especially when I'm laying on my side, my body's just hurting me all the way up to my hips. The whole thing hurts. And so like that's what wakes me up. Like that's why if I find a different position, I've literally fallen asleep like with like laying forward like this just from another position, and like my body finally gets like a relief and I can knock out. But yeah, I feel like that's the hardest thing for me.
It's so interesting, like how different our bodies are, like
Mm-hmm.
everyone, not even just with
Yeah.
spinal cord injuries, because like for me, if I have any caffeine after 2 p.m. or if I drink the whole Red Bull, I'm
Mm-hmm.
fucked. Like I am
Yeah.
fucked all day long. Like I need to go to sleep. I need to do something. I need to take edibles, smoke. I don't know, because I feel like I'm going crazy.
Yeah, I also smoke a lot of weed, so that definitely plays a part into it. And then my gabapentin, I feel like draws me down a little bit too. But no, I feel like probably because I don't sleep, the Red Bulls, like honestly, they just barely get me to where I can get out of bed, where I'm not like having a headache because of how exhausted I am. And like it really sucks because of the UTIs, my body, like obviously it's not good for my body. And I crave the energy because staying in bed and being like exhausted like that, wanting to do something, but my body's like not letting me do it is one of the most frustrating things to me. It's like it irritates me so much because my mind's going. I want to do stuff. I want to design things. I want to do all these things, but it takes so much of my energy out where I literally want to just cry. Like I get so overwhelmed by it. And that's been recently, like the last couple months have been like the hardest thing for me. Right now it's the pain.
Try a Benadryl.
I'm dead. Okay, I'm gonna try
It
this.
it's 4:03, y'all. I have to hop to
I
my
love you, Maya.
meeting.
Thank you and baby Clay for
Thank you.
joining us. We're gonna
Of
chat next
course.
month.
Love
Next
you.
month is the Rolls experience.
Love you all. I'm
Love
so
you.
sad you're all gonna be in
Love
Chicago without
you.
me, but it's fine.
We're so sad too, Maya. We're gonna miss you so much.
But make sure
We
you
love you.
FaceTime me, okay?
Okay, we will. I love you.
Okay,
Have a good
bye.
time at
Love
work.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. You get all the interruptions.
Hi, Alice. So excited for Chicago.
Bye, Maya.
I don't have an SEI. I wake up and I have to take it often. I think it's just sometimes our bodies. My baclofen makes me drowsy, but if I don't take it, I spasm like hell. That's the struggle with medicine for me. It's like I'm miserable without it, but I'm also even more exhausted when I take it. And like I'm saying, I hate being exhausted. So like the courage I have to like talk myself into to even take the pill, it's
Hmm.
embarrassing, guys. It's so annoying, honestly. I struggle with it.
I didn't
Um,
even realize how tired the baclofen made me until like I found like a CBD vape that has like little like no THC, so I'm not high or anything. and I ran out of baclofen, and so I was using that, and it was helping, but I realized I wasn't as tired. I didn't even know that baclofen did it to me, but it does.
So maybe it's just that specific medicine, not so much what it's doing, huh? That's what's kind of hard. I wish they knew. Benadryl works. I'm a nurse. Lots of my patients take it every night. Interesting. Might have to try that. And
Yeah.
Nikki, you mentioned that you didn't used to take pain medicine, right? And then you finally convinced yourself to do it. So like, has that been a struggle for you? Has it affected you negatively, or has it just been good?
They definitely make me like more sleepy, but like I have no problem sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
But but I don't take them all the time. Like I'm pretty like intentional with it. Like I haven't taken them since I've been out of work because I'm like you can deal with this. I don't know. So, but I also can smoke. I also was reminding myself that like I'd be smoking again now. So
Mm-hmm.
like different, I guess, because I'm doing different things. Like I wasn't smoking as much, I think, when I was teaching
Uh-huh.
for sure. So it's like yeah.
I noticed, Nikki, like when I start a new job, that happens to me too. Like even if I'm just switching jobs to a new job, like I think because I'm getting, and then I think during trainings and like the beginning, you're so set on learning everything that you have to do for that one job that like I was noticing I don't shift as much, I don't like decompress as much, and then once I get the hang of the job, then
That makes sense. So are you worried about like having this break now and then jumping back into it? Maybe that's going to be interesting, huh? How long do you have off?
Till August. So a little bit. Yeah, summer vacay. So a
Mm-hmm.
little bit, but like I'm prepared. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
it definitely got me in a routine. I feel like I still kind of stick on like my little routine, even if I get up a little later. But like I still stick
Kind of
with
cool
like
because you had like a little trial period, so you could like see
yeah,
your
that's what it was
a little
like.
break.
Hmm.
So we have a question of how do you like gabapentin? So gabapentin's been the only one that I've had for nerve pain. When I was first injured, they had me on Lyrica, but my insurance didn't cover it anymore, so they switched me to gabapentin. I take 600 milligrams about like 3 times a day. So I take it in the morning, and then I take it in the afternoon, and then I take it at night. Sometimes I might be able to push my afternoon one out to like around like 5 or so, like so it's more evening for me, and then I try to put my last one as closest to my bedtime as I can, because like I said, I wake up at nighttime and still have the nerve pain. So um it's frustrating to depend on it. Gabapentin's the only medicine that if I do not have, you don't want to be around me, because I'm losing my damn mind. Like my nerve pain gets 10 times more intense, and it does kind of suck because it doesn't completely take it away. It just minimizes it a little bit. It's like getting hit with the strongest punch, and then you get hit with like the second strongest punch, and it's like, well, it didn't hurt as much as the first one, but it still hurts, I'm still in pain. So I feel like that is a big struggle with a lot of people who take gabapentin, and then you get max dosed out. So their solution when you tell them that you're in more pain is just to give you a higher dosage. And that can't always be great neither, because then you get maxed out, and it's just the same problem. You're kind of prolonging it a little bit. So I don't know. Everybody's different. Some people really don't like gabapentin. I switched to pre-gabalin, and I liked it. Interesting. Yeah, I don't have the best doctors. I'm in the process of having to switch all my medical stuff all around because my insurance sucks. So they're not paying for my catheters anymore or my injections, and it's just been hell. So getting a doctor that knows about spinal cord injuries is really important, but they're not as easy to access as we'd like to hope or believe that they are, and it kind of depends on where you live at to find a good one. When I ask my doctors, before I would tell people like, ask your doctor if they know about spinal cord injuries, but from switching so many doctors, I've learned that they usually all say yes, and they're not. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. And so that's been a struggle to really find somebody who knows about it and who can give me the right advice about it. I think it's been really difficult. So yeah. Sorry about the insurance. It's okay. Insurance is just annoying.
Insurance.
I felt like I saw another one. I thought I saw another one.
Damn, this is gonna be a good start.
Yeah. So, anything else that you guys are up to? I feel like we touched on a lot of different stuff. So excited for our trip.
Next week. I'll go Bills.
Yeah, that's going to be super exciting. I think we all just need to remind each other to take it easy too, not overdo it. You guys are like, no, we're ready. I feel like I'm nervous. With my shoulder injury, it scares me. I'm like, I feel like so nervous that I'm going to overdo it. So I'm going to try my best to take it easy and to not get too excited and not try to roll everywhere. Have you heard about injections? Sorry, we got a comment. Do you mean lidocaine injections, or what injections are you talking about? I'm not really sure. I've gotten lidocaine injections and I have mixed feelings about it. My insurance personally was only giving them to me every 2 months, but they would only last about like 3 weeks for me. So that the month afterwards was really, really hard. It does help to have some relief, but they say like the needle going in your muscle over and over is traumatizing it anyways. I honestly don't fucking know what to believe anymore. I don't know what to listen to. I don't know what to believe. I feel like it's all a mystery. I have no idea. Jessica, have you ever tried injections?
They did Botox injections for my spasms once. I get it for my bladder, but they did it for my spasms because they're so bad, and it spread. So it was the worst thing ever for me.
What do you mean it spread?
So when you put Botox in your body, it can spread. It might not stay in the muscle, so it'll go on to like other muscles. And the reason in the bladder it's not as bad is because I guess the way the bladder is formed, it helps so that the Botox doesn't spread. And when it spread for me, I was fully paralyzed for like 2 months. Like I couldn't transfer, I couldn't. So I needed a lot of help. But other than that, that's the only injection I've had.
Hi, Olivia. That I knew I saw your comment. So sorry, I got distracted. Try to find a doctor of who have physical medicine. How do you say that word?
Physiatrist.
I can't even say that if I tried. Sorry, guys. With a subspecialty in spinal cord injury. If insurance will not cover, ask your insurance if there's a provider with an SEI sub specialty. I've never even heard of that.
Brianna, you moved to LA County, so why not go to Rancho now?
Yeah, my insurance is because they put me under HealthNet, and Vantage is my side one, plus Prospect Medical. And I don't know why. All my doctors are like, we're not doing that. And they didn't ask me or nothing. They just put those as my secondary one. So now they're telling me just to switch to straight HealthNet, but that's also a problem too with different doctors. So I don't know. I just need to find the doctors I want to go to and ask them like, what do they accept? Do you know if Rancho accepts straight HealthNet?
Yeah. So the problem is that you have a managed care plan right now. And so you need either straight Medi-Cal or because you have to just take it off of a managed care. And you also have to get Medicare. So
I know you keep telling me that. So why would they put me on?
Because you didn't enroll. So if you didn't call them and tell them like, hey, this is what I want, they just place you with a managed care that they pick. But on the 30th of each month, you have the right to change it. Call me. My mom does insurance enrollment.
Okay. Interesting. For sure. Oh, she broke it down for me. I probably still can't say it, girl. The way my brain's set up, I can't even begin to explain it. Yeah, I'm not gonna even try. Are you guys trying? Can you guys say it?
Did I? Psychiatrist.
No,
It's not that.
No.
physiatrist.
Physiatrist.
Wait.
Physiatrist.
Physiatrist.
My brother, he's really into writing and like
Physiatrist.
and reading as well, and so everything he does is with words, and he literally has to do that to me. When I'm trying to say a word, he has to like change the way like the word sounds and tell me to say it that way in order for and that's just something he's learned from living with me his whole entire life. He's just learned how to correct my brain to say the right word. I couldn't begin to explain to you guys what the fuck is wrong with me. I don't know. It just doesn't work out sometimes.
Yeah, so physiatrist is actually a doctor who specializes in rehab.
I think I remember Tom talking about that's the right doctor to try to find.
Yeah, so like mine is Susie Kim, and she's really cool because she's in a wheelchair.
Okay.
She's she's a T1 C8. And
So
C8,
that's really cool. What city is that in?
I'm in Orange County, so she's
yeah.
But she worked at Rancho for a little bit, so I saw her there too.
Yeah, I totally forgot about Rancho, honestly. I think I just need to try to figure out what I need to do to go through there. The new thing with my catheters is just a whole new thing. I literally had to pay out of pocket this morning for it because I was just like, I need it for my Chicago trip. I'm just worried about it. And yeah, I don't know why they're not paying all of a sudden for it. So it's a little frustrating. But I'm worried now because I told them, well, what about if I switch to LA Care? Which I'm glad I asked because I probably would have just switched it. And they're like, no, we don't take that. And so I'm like, kind of puts me in a tough position between what the companies accept and what my insurance will give me as well. You know, like what type of insurance that I can even have. And then with that, also like all the doctors accepting different insurance too. It's just so stressful. My brain gets beyond overwhelmed with appointments.
Let's say you need Medicare.
I know. I don't know why. I feel like I went on the Medicare website and it was hard. I don't know why. What stopped me? But
I recommend to my clients is I tell them like just set a day where you're willing to go and sit at the Social Security office for about 4 hours and just do it there.
Oh, is that where you need to go? The Social Security office?
Yeah, because they're the ones that approve the Medicare.
Okay.
Nikki, you guys qualify too. Make sure you guys have Medicare too.
You guys have that? Sorry for the background. My dog's going.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Brianna, can you get on our...
I know. I don't know if anybody else in the chat struggles with this, but for some reason, when I have to make appointments, it's so hard for me. I struggle with it. It's like
I have the same thing. I have the same thing. That's why I forced myself to just go into the office and get it done.
Mm-hmm. So you're just dealing with it all in front. That's true. Yeah. I probably just need to do that because
if anyone didn't know, if you have been disabled for 2 years and your diagnosis is permanently disabled, you qualify for Medicare, and it's federally funded, so all states.
I need to do that soon. I'm going to do it soon. Because they also told me that they'll give me a new wheelchair if I get Medicare too, which I still haven't never gotten a fitted wheelchair. That's how crazy I am. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Brianna.
I have too many issues, guys. Don't follow my advice. They're all on here listening to everything I have to say. I'm 29 and was told I can't get Medicare.
If you've been injured for 2 years and your doctor gives you a diagnosis of a permanent disability, you do qualify. But you do not qualify when you get injured. You qualify 2 years after your injury.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to have the diagnosis of permanently disabled, and you have to have been disabled for at least 2 years already.
I wish I had like a caseworker that just handled all
my mom does it all for me. My mom did it for me too.
Anna, my mom is not, yeah, can she? Because my mom can't count on her for shit. So
my mom does insurance enrollment. That's why.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely need help with it because I'm really struggling and I don't really now with this whole like having to now switch it all, it's even more confusing to me, which you helped me out a lot with just like telling me that they automatically give you the second one. But that's what was overwhelming. And I actually did get on the phone with HealthNet and I was trying to switch it around and they were just like, that's not what you need to take it up with Prospect Medical because of the bill. Because what happened is HealthNet and Prospect were fighting about who should pay for my supplies. And I was like, well, I'm just trying to switch. And they're like, well, if that's the case, you need to find the doctor that you want to go to. And I was like, well, now what am I going to do? Now I have to call these doctors' offices and I have to do all this other stuff. I feel like they just make you jump through so many loops where I get overwhelmed. I've been having Medicare too, though, because they keep switching who pays for what, but that's very helpful. Thank you. Yeah. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, so for the most part, unless if you're working, then your job is the primary insurance and Medicare is second. Just call your work insurance and tell them that they have to write down on their thing that they're primary. If you have Medi-Cal or Medicaid or anything like that, then Medicare is the first payer, and then your other insurance is secondary.
Interesting. Okay, you guys, this has been a lovely talk. We're almost to the point where Jessica's going to have to leave. So we're going to just wrap it up here and say our announcements, which are go check out Mobility Professionals and Urology Professionals. They are our sponsors. They're also going to be at the World's Experience next month. Coming up, if you're in the Los Angeles area or even surrounding and you want to go to the World's Experience, we're doing an exclusive invite for Saturday night, which is honestly my favorite night. I'm not just saying that. It is my favorite. It's a lot of fun for me. They do the awards, the red carpet. You get to dress up and just have a fun time, have drinks, have food, mingle around. There's booths. Live to Roll's also going to have a booth there. So super excited about that. But the price is super cheap. It's only $25 for the night. So make sure to message me. There's also a discount link for the hotel if you guys are interested in staying for the night and hanging out. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. This is also open to guys. So guys are allowed to come on Saturday night only if you have the exclusive link and pass. So make sure that you message me or Sean on Instagram and we'll send over that application for you guys so you guys can get that going. Yes, thank you, Sean. It's on the July 22nd. That's when it is. What else do I have to say? Give me some help. I'm just kidding. Okay, the shows.
The expo.
Make sure to check us out at the Chicago Expo. We are going to be there next week, right? Is that right? I feel like that's right. Yeah, next week. And that's going to be super exciting. Make sure to find us. Sean, if you can put the booth number in the chat. I have no idea what that is. And make sure you check out our shows. We're probably going to be a little mixed up with traveling this next week and with the World's Experience next month. But we pretty much, if you put the reminders on and you subscribe, it'll give you a notification when we go live. So you won't be able to miss it. The guys are on every Tuesday at 3:30. Where's the little pop-up? Oh, he's writing the booth. Sorry. Chicago Expos, June 23rd to the 25th, booth 616. I'm putting you to work today, huh, Sean? Okay, and then we have on Wednesday night, we have T Fizzle. He games. He plays Fortnite. Even if you're not into gaming, the crew is a lot of fun. They make a lot of jokes, and it's a blast just hanging out in the chat. I usually will pop into the chat and hang out. They usually go for about like 3 or 4 hours, so it can be a little intense, but don't be afraid to hop in there and see what's going on. Even if you're not really into gaming, you probably will be surprised how much fun it is. We do have a blast over there. On every other Thursday, we have the Rolling Over the Hill show for the older folks and just getting some advice from Robert and Bobby. They have different guests on with just aging with a disability, right? That's something that we're all going to have to go through and that we're going to get to that point. So it's really informational to catch up on these videos now, see what you're going to have to deal with, see what they're dealing with, what they wish they would have done if they could go back 20 years. I think that's also really interesting. So make sure to go check that out. And then I am on every first and third Thursday with the women's show. So make sure to stop by. And if you are interested in being a guest, make sure to just send me a message and let me know that you're interested in being on the show. sometimes there's so many topics and there's so many people that I can get overwhelmed with it, and I can't always remember. Or you would think I would think just to reach out to different people, but sometimes I just don't think about it. So if you want to be on the show, do not be afraid. It's super fun. It's totally like a FaceTime, just chit chat. I usually give you guys a question layout, so make sure to send us a message. That's for the guys show too. That's for any of our shows, honestly. You want to be a guest, just hit us up. We get you on the show. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for rolling with us. This is the Live to Roll show, and we're out.
Bye.